can you not appreciate it yet? Give us a little insight, because it's been a while for me. What's it like to like step into, this sounds corny, but you stepped into a dream. Like you've worked your way into a dream. You come back, you're in Iraq, you're a makeup artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Makeup artist, bartender, working multiple jobs.
She was working 3 jobs at once, making more money than me while I worked in a mental hospital when we started filming.
Picture this. He's back from Iraq, doing some YouTube stuff, getting some notoriety, going through mental health issues while working at a psych ward. She's working 3 jobs, and now you're famous. Like, you're famous and rich, by the way. They don't want everyone to know this because they still live but very, very successful financially. What does that feel like when you're in the midst of it? Is it like you don't realize it because you're just grinding?
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like we're not,
I think
we don't get a head high from it yet or anything, and we just want more. We want to grow more. I think it gives us more motivation.
my thing is the filming. So if the money just keeps coming, I just keep filming. I just got really good at the craft, and the money just keeps coming for both of us. And we've always just been filming, and we're just going to continue to film and get better at it. And you know, and then people are like, "Oh, I want to pay you for this product." I'm like, "Oh, what the hell? Like that's crazy." And
pretty crazy.
So that's actually how I ended up leaving my job. I worked 5 years at a mental ward for the state of Massachusetts, and very mentally draining. And 3 years in, I had some, you know, YouTube was doing well. Mm-hmm. I had learned how to create viral videos with some guys that I had met. Basically how that worked, which is kind of funny, it's very entrepreneurial thing is, I didn't know at the time, these guys own big websites, right?
Okay.
They didn't make videos though. I was on YouTube. They're like, listen, we saw some of your stuff, we like it. We think we can help you. So what they would do is, I would write scripts with them, I would go out and film it, and they actually write commercials for Coca-Cola. These are experts in engage in hitting these emotions. So I'm refilming and filming stuff again and again. I would post to YouTube, right? They would embed my video on their website, and then they had a big Facebook network.
Okay.
So they would share the embedded story.
Yeah.
It would go viral.
Yep.
I would go viral.
Yeah.
The views would rack up, and at the time I didn't realize they were making a lot of money from the video, but in return I was getting this knowledge.
Yeah.
And these guys really helped me craft in what I do now, telling stories and doing all this psychological stuff that we do, and relatability, and literally I would refilm stuff 50, 60, 70 times. Then me and her, our first video popped up. It was a female Viagra video. It was hilarious. Like everybody and their mother shared the video, like 50 Cent, all these people. It did 250 million in the first week views.
Oh my gosh.
On Facebook, yeah. And that was our first video.
I was like, they're not going to want to see me. And then I was like, oh, it's your biggest video that you ever did. Like, that's crazy.
This is what, it's hard to process. I don't think people understand the reach still. We're all in the midst of living in these times.
Yeah.
A great movie will get 20 million people to see it.
It's crazy.
250 million in a week. Like, you said to me earlier, we were sitting outside, you're like, every business can benefit from having some sort of social media presence. Why is that?
Right now, just for instance, rappers, right? I look at their pages, their engagement, they got 10, 15 million. Their engagement's terrible. They're posting stuff nobody not engaging. It's boring. This rapper comes out with an album, your engagement sucks, right?
Yes.
Nobody's even seeing your stuff. What happens if they treated their Instagram correctly and their engagement was up? Your album sales are going to quadruple, triple, just because more people are seeing it, because you're utilizing your stories correct. You're posting correctly on Instagram. So your little photos are going from 200,000 to 1.2 million just by being interesting and funny. These people are not using Instagram properly, and they're not getting the engagement because they're not using it properly. So when they drop an album, which is so important, obviously, where are you going to promote it? On your Instagram that you've been treating terrible, or that's not engaging at all. So these things are absolutely crucial for actors and all that. Like you said, we get 1 million story views on average. Our stories on Instagram get 1 million views. Blows people away, right?
Blows me away.
People with 10, 15, 20 million don't even get 500,000.
Correct.
Because they're not engaging, they're not putting stuff out. It's always important, especially a business. When I meet people, I'm like, what's your Instagram? Oh, I'm a photographer, a videographer. And nowadays, social media is a resume.
It's a resume. Whoa.
I think so.
If someone comes to you, Ed,
you're right.
I'm looking for a photographer, videographer, you know, you and your wife, and they come with a normal resume and you read it. compared to someone who comes and has 500,000 followers, decent engagement, and here, look at this.
Yes.
Who are you going to choose?
There's no question about it. And the reverse is also true. You could be just a regular, but you go, well, maybe I'm not. When I meet you, I'm going to go check your Instagram page to figure out who you are.
Exactly.
So how much credibility do you have? What do you post about? What's your life like? So it's 100%, 1,000,000,000% true that you better treat it with respect, as you've said it, in every single way. Whether you get a bazillion followers or if you got 2,000, that stuff better look like you want it to look, and it better reflect who you want it to reflect. And I think that's the thing about, listen, people that are watching from so there's two audiences watching. There's your audience, and they're going, whoa. Part of your own audience is going, wow. There's a depth. There's a one-dimensional sometimes view of us on social media. Your point where you said social media can be a lie to some extent. It's a part of our life, a version of our life. And then there's my audience who's going, this is this brilliant, powerful, beautiful couple who's got all this information. Then they're going to go watch your content and go, no way, right? They're going to go, whoa, they could go the other direction, right? So I think that's important, though, that I think the other thing on social, Jen, you speak to this for me, you got to be willing to show parts of yourself to some extent that maybe you are uncomfortable with just to keep it compelling, right? It can't just be all the same thing all the time.
Yeah, you can't. People want to relate, and if I'm trying to be a supermodel the whole time, they're going to be like, this girl's fake, this girl's not real. They want to see me in sweatpants. They want to see Ryan slap my see me get mad. Just be real. I think, it works for us.
That's the thing that no one's getting.
It works for us.
You're some of the most popular people out there by literally being real. And if you go watch almost everyone's social media, it's the same stuff.
Yeah, right. A lot of it is, yeah.
Right, Ryan? So give me one more layer of picking the best brain out there. What other thing? Someone's listening, they're like, all right, dude, I got it. Okay, I got to get on TikTok. I'm not. I needed to feed my Instagram. I need to keep my hashtags to a minimum. I need to do engaging stuff on my stories. I need to do compelling and interesting, valuable content. This is all really great info. Is there another thing you'd go, okay, I'll give you one more thing. If I were coaching you, which would cost a fortune at this point for you to coach somebody, what would another thing you would layer into somebody?
Well, hey, it's actually, these people are getting double value because what I'm telling them right now costs a fortune that these businesses pay me because they want to know. This stuff that I can look at an Instagram in 2 seconds and start fixing it like that. I can grow. I work on some very big Instagrams that we've talked off camera that I can't really discuss, but I think the next thing would be consistent posting, 100%. Don't be scared. Nowadays, we live in a great world where you can just use your iPhone. I used to have to use cameras like this. Now everybody's got the phone, right? Just film it. Film it and post, and guess what? Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook are free. They don't charge you to post. So why would you not post?
Isn't it amazing how much we take that for granted, bro?
Crazy.
It's free, and so its value is diminished. What about captions? Do they matter?
Captions, of course, matter. Anything. I spend sometimes an hour, 2 hours on a thumbnail.
The thumbnail is most important.
Very, very big. I've had...
I know what it is, but just for the
So a
edification,
thumbnail is the image that you're going to click.
Yep.
So the image of a video, or typically a video, it's not going to be a picture. So it's that screen grab, which oftentimes we actually will take an entirely different thumbnail.
Beautiful. We do too. Say that again. So everybody, I'll let you say that again. This is because that's worth repeating. The thumbnail is the grab on your screen, whether it's a YouTube or your Instagram or whatever. This is big right here. Because sometimes what you posted, there may be nothing that grabbing in the actual video.
Exactly.
So what do? You
just stage the thumbnail, 100%.
Yes.
Because why are you going to... You can have the most viral video ever, but if you don't have a good thumbnail, they're not going to click it anyway. And I've actually split tested. I split test thumbnails, which there's if you go on Google, you can search split test thumb, where people will, you upload 3 or 4 images that you think are good, and they'll vote which is the best, and I'll take the one that's the best, which is usually the one I think. And I'll ask Jen, I'll be like, what do you think? I'll send her some. She'll be like, oh, this one or that one or the color. We like to wear bright colors as well in videos. It's just another trick. Bright colors catch, not black or darks. Bright colors are always very important. But I've actually seen a difference of a video get 300,000 views with a bad thumb and then get 15.5 million views with a good thumb.
No way.
don't rely on your video for the thumbnail. Just go damn stage we stage thumbs. I've taken thumbs that don't even got to do with the video.
No, it's brilliant. I looked at my page the other day, and I'm like, that's kind of ugly. Like, some of my thumbs, like, you know, like, it's not even an actual
Right?
thumbnail. It's just the worst part of me in the middle of a sentence.
They just put it like that automatically.
So I'm going to tell you, I had a friend of mine who did the same post over a year difference.
Yeah.
This is how brilliant you are. And it was of her daughter, like, being unmanageable.
Yep.
And she didn't have a lot of followers. The first one was a thumbnail of, like, it was a shot of them in the kitchen with her daughter. It was nothing. The next time she posted it, which was a year later, she just reposted something. It was the same exact video. She took a thumbnail that wasn't the video. It was this close-up of her daughter screaming, crying, "Wah!" This hilarious, red-faced, teared. And that one did like 800,000 views, and the original one did like 6,000 views.
Exactly.
And it was the thumbnail because people started spreading around this thumbnail picture. Huge
Don't
tip.
spend all that time on the video, which sometimes people out there have amazing videos, but the thumbnail is just as important as the video because they're not going to click if you don't make a good thumbnail. Don't worry about staging it. I have thumbnails that have nothing to do with the video, and not even one person comments about the thumb. It's the most crazy psychological thing I've ever seen. She's not even wearing the same stuff.
they're not even wearing the same outfits, not
Nobody
the same
says
day.
anything.
Okay, this is good.
But I need people to see the video. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not tricking people.
Yeah.
They're not. I think one thing, keep in mind though, don't use a thumb for bad content. That's when you'll get stuff. I'm saying we create very good content, so they're not mad that we might have clickbait. It's called clickbait.
Yeah.
But then they watch and they're like, this is gold, this is good.
Yeah.
But, you know, definitely the thumb is very, very crucial, important. And then the caption, like you said, is very important.
Long, short, doesn't matter.
Short, to the point. What is it? What's going to happen? If right now I'm doing a caption on the show, I'd probably just make something funny, right? If this was my show right now, I would probably have you add something in funny with cheating. And it would be like, Hammy TV tells Jen about cheating, even though that's not even what the hell it is.
We'll go
But
like
they're going to wait,
bonkers,
they're going to click, they're
What
going
if
to watch.
that did happen, though? So what if something really major happens in your relationship? I'm curious.
Oof. I hope that
Cheating,
doesn't
a
happen.
fight, a massive fight. Like, I've
that's
been
a
in a
normal
relationship
question.
a long time.
Right.
Of course.
She moved out for a week, whatever. You together 30, 40 years, there's going to be some stuff, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what would you, I know.
Don't-
They got married like 5 weeks ago or whatever it was, right? So, but what would you document that or you wouldn't?
I mean, first off, we really don't and have not had a big fight in 6
Okay,
years.
No, I
Just
haven't moved out yet.
Stick around.
It's been 6
I'm not saying
years.
you're going to move out.
No,
You're gonna have a big fight.
No,
Everyone
right.
listening to this that's a little bit, you're going to have a
It's
big
a
fight.
human, right? We're
Right.
both humans.
Right.
It's bound to happen,
Right.
but you know, keeping the communication is everything, and loyalty
Huge.
is everything. But if you ever cross the line, I don't know.
Yeah, no cheating. Yeah, you've seen the video.
You'd see the video.
That
I'd be
thing would
like,
be gone. I don't want.
You would. I think it would. Would you for real? Would you let people in on real stuff like that? Or is there like a line where you're like,
so
man, not that one?
honestly, I'm more of a private person. So
Yeah. That's fascinating that you're a private person. By the way, go look
I
up for
really
Instagram.
am.
I'm a
People they're
private
like, you're
person.
an introvert. You're what?
You are an
I'm
introvert, though.
I'm like, no, I really am. No, I don't know. I think it is great when people are strong enough to share their stories of he cheated, we're working through, or I cheated, we're working through it.
I think after we would. I think after we would share it. Definitely, if something. I mean,
it's nice to
I'm
work
not,
together.
none of the cheating stuff would happen. Like
Yeah.
a big fight like that, I think
Yeah.
100% we would discuss it later on. Like we've had a fight like this. Even right now, if we had a big fight we could talk about, we would. But we communicate so well that we don't get to any of those points.
Yep.
We get your normal nagging, like that's normal. Get out of my face, whatever.
Sure.
Right,
You
get
know.
out of here.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
she's got her set of friends. I got my set of friends. We're very good at communication. But
How have the friends responded to you guys? I'm curious. Like, I know what it was like for me when my life changed compared to my peer group.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's been challenging. That's
I think-
definitely for
I
sure.
think you would understand the.
I do, but I want them to
think,
know a little bit. Like,
Yeah, social media makes it. Of course, and I try to make a point as well to tell people it's not all glorious and fun, and but yeah, I mean your friends list dwindles. It's
Yeah.
gonna dwindle. People
say, "What are you guys doing? Why
Yeah.
aren't you working anymore? You look so stupid online. You guys are never going to get a regular job again.
Keep
You
in mind,
guys
we
aren't
don't
going to
flash
make
money.
it."
That's not our thing.
Right.
People literally come up to me and go, "Do you make money off of it?" Or
Do you even make money? Yeah, they're like, "What do you?" And we're like, "Yeah, no, we do." And we're humble about it.
You are.
We're not
we
people
don't
to
say a
brag.
word. We're just like, yeah, we do it full time. Like, wow, like how do you survive? I'm like, we're doing okay, but they don't, they don't understand.
Yeah.
But
no, it's definitely challenging. People will doubt you. People will judge you, especially people closest to you, I think. And that's when you realize who is your sincere friend group or your person that is genuinely rooting for you. I've had friends that I'm not friends with anymore, and I've been friends with them for 12 years, and I'm not friends with them anymore because they didn't support us. And I'm like, then what kind of friend are you?
Right.
I don't need you in my life.
I think my biggest thing would be when I first started making videos, they made fun of me. And now we have millions of fans, and there's people that still make fun of me.
Right.
But nothing could ever trump me making the videos. Like, I love doing it. That's what I love to do. And if I had let people talk me out of it, how can I put it? How can I put this? All the people talking bad about me, family, friends, I mean, they're all going to do it. It still would not cause me as depressed I would be if I didn't pursue this. If I couldn't film. If I couldn't film, I have to film. Like, I love to film.
Is that the thing that's kept that thing away that you had before?
Yeah, it's a huge part of it. So, I mean, we were talking earlier, and she was a traveler. And so she's like, if you're going to be with me, we're going to travel. She went to Hawaii, went to Puerto Rico, and I was telling you, I wish I could have gone. I'm looking at her photos. I'm like, I wish I could have gone. That thing kept me there. Finally, she's like, if you're going to be with me, we're going to travel. And she booked Mexico, which is where we got married, I was telling you earlier. And so she booked Mexico. I was so scared. To all the people out there with anxiety and panic, they know that feeling. Like, what if I'm on the plane and I get, like I said, like all crazy, crazy thoughts. And that's panic. That's the panic cycle. And, months ahead of time worrying, what if I have a bad spell over there? I can't go to a hospital. I can't see a doctor. I got on the plane. I was oh my God, I was so scared. And we did it, and we arrived, we landed, and it wasn't like the emotion just went away, but then we just went on the balcony, and I literally just started crying on the balcony. I was like, that broke the anxiety. That so getting uncomfortable. And like every time,
Like, look where we are. Life is amazing. Let's,
And anxiety held me back for so long. I didn't leave the States for 8 years, not even my state, Massachusetts. And then we did it, and that was what really started it. And that's why Mexico is also so close.
So important.
It was a breakthrough, man. Like,
it's beautiful, bro.
I'm so comfortable now being uncomfortable all the time.
Yeah.
You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable 24/7. And if I'm starting to get comfortable, I need to go do something that's just going to throw me off, and that's what it is. It's the human mind is just crazy, but like, yeah, I mean, that was what really started everything.
Brother, the fact that it just doesn't dawn on you because you're both of you. So it just, you can only have some appreciation for it, but as a friend and someone, I get emotional. I don't know why.
Yeah, so do I. It's always hard for me to.
Just like, I'm proud of you. Like,
I do too,
the fact that someone who struggled with anxiety to the point where they can't leave their state picks a business where you're the most exposed and vulnerable, showing your life and putting something out. Is it funny? Is it not funny? Do they like it? Do they not like it? And it's the same person who can't basically leave his town.
Yeah.
Is unbelievable. But what you've accomplished and what you've become, and I'm really proud of you.
It's her.
It's a
It's
teamwork.
her. She's a beast. She's a beast.
Look at you, you little crybaby.
Yeah, I know.
People don't know this side of him. He's very sensitive.
I am, but her is like
He's
that.
so cute.
Yeah, she got me. That was like the biggest thing. Mexico, and I broke through. And there's so many people out there with your anxiety and panic. There's so many people out there.
But yeah, get uncomfortable to get comfortable.
Yeah.
And if you want something, and if you have a vision, stick with it and work hard at it. And
I remember when we were in Mexico, and don't get me wrong, there's not going to be a point where you're just like, anxiety, poof, gone. No, there's a lot of work. I mean,
he does meditation every day. He works on himself every single day.
Like, I've read your routines as well, like the showers and all that. That is my thing. Like, I don't care if my flight's at 4 a.m, I'll get up at 2:30. Every day I have my affirmations, I give thanks. I meditate 30 minutes, 40 minutes, sometimes twice a day. And then reading has been a huge thing, like a massive thing. But like, you really can break it. And like, people are out there with anxiety and panic. It's not easy. It's so uncomfortable. Go do something uncomfortable. Like, and then like I was saying in Mexico, even after the balcony thing, I still had anxiety, like even going on like excursions into the jungle, and we were going to take a ferry to Cozumel, where long and behold we actually got married, but the water was rough and there was throw up on the boat, and I was still had some anxiety. I was like, I can't do this. And she was like,
we gotta
okay,
get off
that's
the boat,
fine.
we gotta get off.
And that was
And
on
I'm
the first
like, okay,
trip to
let's
Mexico.
go.
I think it's important finding someone that also can
Supportive
understand.
and understanding.
And speak to them about it. I think speaking to them about it has helped me so much. Like I'm feeling anxious.
That you trust her enough that you can speak to her about it.
I've never met another guy personally that is as communicating and wanting to work on himself and learn more about what's wrong and try to fix himself, or the problem, anxiety. I've never met a guy that's like that. He's very communicating, and it's great.
That's one of my favorite things ever said on the show, right there. That people underestimate their ability to change themselves. They do. They underestimate it.
Strong,
how
like mentally.
willing he is to change and to grow, and that's the part. Like, okay, the end result is millions of people and unbelievable celebrity and money, but that's not the part that I admire. The part that I admire is this is a person, a couple, who changed their life, like changed literally. You'll never change the core of who you are as a good person with good intentions and kindness, but you can change these things about you that hold you back. You can change things about you that limit you, that you don't like about yourself. And when I also know how difficult it is.
That's what I was going to add. Yeah.
And so when I meet someone like yourself, bro, who's done it, I admire it deeply, because I feel like maybe a little bit I've done that myself.
Of course.
And I think it's beautiful that when people see someone like myself or you guys, they go, wow, like they've struggled with lots of things like I have, maybe more things than I have in some cases. So if they can do it, someone with anxiety's career is in the public. Like, that's crazy. Right? Like, that's crazy.
It is.
You should be. 3 things struck me today about you guys. One is I knew, but your brilliance. So 1 is that. 2 is your amazing goodness as a human, Jen. I mean, this is not to be goofy, but God brought the 2 of you guys together. Your brilliance and the science of what's made you successful.
Yeah.
Her incredible goodness and your reluctance, by the way, your willingness rather to change. Someone who's introverted. I'm an introvert, so I know what it's like when the camera goes on. I know what it's like when people are looking at me. I know what it's like to wonder if what I'm saying is interesting or good enough or whatever. And so for you to then couple up with a dude who's like, well, if you're going to do this with me, you're going to travel, but yours is if you're doing this with me, we're going on camera all the time and you're going to be exposed constantly.
Right.
And then the third part is probably the depth of how much I'm now rooting for you, and I get your fandom now. I get it. Like, I want to see the 2 of you succeed, and I'm kind of giggling internally the whole time because there's such depth to the 2 of you.
Yeah,
and then my audience is going to go see this content, and they're going to be like, it is the most. It touches into the. I don't want to call it easy humor because that's not right, but it's like stuff that we all will agree is funny, but it's very adult stuff, and so it's like. There's this multi-dimensional aspect to you that I know your own fans don't know until most of what we're going to do today.
Yeah. It's very that's part of what we are. We like to play the line, and but it's like what couple this everything we say. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. It's funny that it is sexual humor, but then when you go on Instagram, there's girls that show 50 times more.
Oh.
Now, don't get me wrong. We like we were discussing, we have an OnlyFans. There's no pornography.
No pornography.
No, nothing like that. I think over time, Instagram and TikTok and Facebook has really gotten more and more strict with the content that you're able to create.
Yeah.
And that started playing with my creativity. And so, like we said, adult stuff, adult humor. Sometimes I want to do something that's real crazy or whatever. Like we said, there's a lot of people on OnlyFans, they don't realize that are non-adult, that are not doing porn, that are not doing any of that stuff.
I think people hear that, though. That's the first thing. I think when they knew you were coming on, they're like, they have an OnlyFans. I'm like,
100%.
okay, no one's naked. Just so you know.
100%.
And I think we're overcooking the adult nature of your stuff, too. Like, I know that's more adult than the Instagram stuff, probably, but look, you go see any of my great stand-up friends. The gnarly way that people are funny nowadays is that's just the way that it is. So don't be so sensitive. And if you're in my audience, you're going to go watch their stuff and you're going to follow them, and then half of you don't want anybody to know you're following them. You know, whatever. Like, it's hilarious stuff.
It's very relatable.
Yep.
Ting of sexual, sometimes not sexual, sometimes it's very relatable.
But yeah, OnlyFans isn't as restricting.
The OnlyFans is the non-restricting. It's a really great way to seriously, if you want to generate income.
Yeah.
I'm nothing against any of the sex workers or any of that at all, which is what it got, it's known for.
Right.
But people, regular influencers, can make a lot of money just off of subscription base, just off of there.
And by the way, like, you got to be able to monetize what you're doing. So if there's a place that's limiting your expression and you can express more of it, there's stuff that's awesome, you guys. It's stuff like this beautiful woman will bend down in front of him. He's got a debate. Do I watch the football game or do we go do what married couples do? Like, it's stuff you debate every day. It's awesome. And they do it in a funny way.
Slapping their booty. It's just normal, funny stuff.
It's stuff you all are doing around your house all the time, and just you don't have the guts to put it on social media and make it funny like they do, which is fine. Maybe that's not your type of content.
That's why, that's our content. That's my style. That's our style. That's what we do. That's why I think they don't find it anywhere else. And I think people really are overlooking the actual power of OnlyFans because of that image.
Stigma,
100%. I think the stigma is,
I was like, we're not going to be, and then he's like, no, it's very, like, all the entertainers are going on it. It's another platform.
There's a lot of entertainers that don't do anything in that way at all. Let me ask you guys this last two questions. You answer them together. One, are you happy? You, in your case. I think, Jen, you're happy.
Thanks.
We were talking about couples and stuff too. I think that I say often sometimes in my relationship, my wife is easily happy. I am harder happy, meaning like more stuff has to be going right for me to be happy than an average person. I know that's silly and I teach otherwise, but I'm just being real. Like, some people are naturally, there's a lower threshold of what needs to be going on in their life to be happy. Some of us, there's a higher threshold, right? So you remind me that way that your natural state is happiness and bliss.
She's got a lower threshold.
Yeah, your lower threshold, and yours is higher, like mine, right? Yours is crazy. So are you happy? And then secondly, both of you, what advice, last thing, forget social branding, whatever it might be, what advice would you be, anybody listening to this who wants to become you, meaning they want to make a dream come true, they want to be a musician, they want to open up their own yogurt stand, they want to have a big social media account, they want to open up a charity, whatever. It might be, are you happy? And B, what advice would you give to people who want to make a dream happen? Either one of you first.
I mean, I can go first once. Okay. So I'm 100% happy. I think I'm like you. I always have these goals, and sometimes I can definitely get, if an algorithm's killing me, I know a video is viral and the algorithm kills me, or this or that, Instagram crashes, but I just know that if I keep going, no matter what, when you just keep going, it's like throwing against the wall, eventually it's going to stick.
Yeah.
I know another big video will come. I know, I'm getting to do what I love, which is create. So I'm smart enough to realize and know this now, and I'm definitely very happy. These are some of the happiest moments I was telling her of my entire life the last few years.
Good,
with
brother.
the travel and no anxiety anymore. Like, I can do whatever now.
Wonderful.
Again, given my routines and what I do. I don't drink, I don't like to smoke, but anybody can do whatever they want. That's
Sure,
just
it's not
me.
your thing. That's awesome.
That's just not
I'm
my
glad
thing.
you said that.
Yeah, exactly. And then what was the other question?
The dream part, but I think you answered it.
Yeah,
I
the
think you're answering
dream.
it.
I mean, I always like to use this analogy. I can't remember who told me this, but the pool noodle? Can you imagine that guy telling somebody that he's going to make the pool noodle, at a party? Like, I'm going to come out with this pool noodle, man. And everyone's like, dude, what are you and now he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
I don't think
great example.
No idea is dumb, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get criticism no matter what, especially if it's something new. 100% you're going to get it's going to happen. Judgment's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the best part is the growth that you get out of everything. So no matter what it is, no matter what, if you're consistent, I really think, and you love it, if you love what you do. I think that anybody can do, and it sounds so dumb. It sounds like something you always hear, but it's really
The pool noodle is a legit great example of that. You'd be like, you idiot, are you out of your mind? The guy's a billionaire now, right? That's awesome.
Your idea might sound crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it might sound crazy, and it will, but just you won't know until you do it.
What would you add to that, Jen? Are you happy? And any advice you would give?
Yeah, very happy. Life is funner these days. It's getting easier. We're just growing, but I'm excited for more and to grow more and bigger goals and with ourselves and to reach the goals and just.
Does it surprise you think that? Like, if I'd have met you 7 years ago, would you think you'd be sitting in my living room going, I'm excited to grow more and do more? Like,